Hey guys, so as you could probably guess from the title of this video, I broke a bone. More specifically, I broke a bone in my foot, and I thought I would make this video just to talk about having a broken foot. Let's start with how I broke my foot. I was on a photo shoot last week. I had just picked up my model, we had just got to our location, we're just about to start taking photos, and my model is walking a few steps ahead of me, and suddenly my foot just went out from underneath me on this little like pathway mini rock bridge thing. My ankle just completely rolled under. I heard a crack, and I've never heard a crack before when I've fallen. So I'm standing there really confused because I didn't fall forward, I didn't fall over anything, my ankle turned and I ended up catching my balance eventually, but it was a little bit too late because I already heard the crack. It doesn't hurt that bad, but it hurts more than it should. And my model turns around and she's like, "Are you okay? Like, I heard you stumble." And I'm just like, "I think I broke my foot." And she looks at me like, "What?" "Yeah, I think I just broke my foot." What do broken bones feel like? I've gone until 22 without a broken bone. I didn't know what kind of pain to expect, and I'm just standing there in minor pain. You know what? Maybe I just sprained it. Let's just shoot. It's fine. We got out here. We planned this shoot for like 2 weeks now, and let's just do it. We're trying to shoot, and we're on location, so it's like this hilly area by abandoned houses. I'm trying to like walk up hills to like get better angles. It's kind of really hard to walk. I'm still in denial. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just like sprained it. Let's just keep shooting. At this point, my model is obviously just making like really concerned faces. She's just like, are you sure you're okay? Like, we can go. It's fine. Like, don't worry about it. But I'm still determined that I'm okay. So I sat down for a second. I took off my shoes and I compared my feet. The foot that I thought broke definitely looked different than the foot that's not broken. I'm trying to like feel it to see if I can like feel a crack in my foot or something. This looks like it might be broken. Maybe let's just call it a day. For me, I just felt really bad that we went all the way out there and we couldn't shoot. We're walking back and it's starting to hurt more and more, and I called my mother and I'm like, "Hey, don't freak out, but I think I broke my foot." We slowly got back to the car. I'm the one who drove us there, so I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna try to drive. I drove maybe like 5 miles, about 10 minutes in stop and go traffic with my driving foot broken. After about 5 miles, I was like, you know what? No, I can't do this. You gotta take over. So I let my friend drive for us, and she drove me the rest of the way home because it became unbearable to put pressure and move your foot. But that just shows how much of like a tough cookie I was being about this whole thing. I was like, no, I can drive. I'm fine. It's not broken, but I just want to like go to the doctor just in case. She drove me home and I hobbled into my room and I looked at my foot and it looked worse. It looked like I had a second ankle, a little bit lower than my ankle, and it looked like a bigger ankle than my ankle. I ended up going to a podiatrist. Before we even took x-rays, he just had to look at my foot. It made that face of ho ho ho. Yeah, I'm broken, aren't I? Oh, let's wait till we see the x-rays. No, that face you just made at my foot, I'm broken. I know I'm broken. I'm starting to come to terms with the fact that I broke my foot. X-raying was painful because I had to like angle my foot in different directions, and at this point my foot is killing me. I suck it up. I'm like, okay, just 5 seconds and this way, and then we gotta move our foot this way, and I can do this. So these are my x-rays of my foot before the doctor even pointed out where my foot was broken. As a photographer dealing with negatives and all that stuff, I could see that there is a crack in my foot. It doesn't look as bad as I expected it. I mean, I've never had a broken bone, as I will continue to say, so I didn't really know what to expect. It looked kind of cracked. I was like, oh, maybe it'll just like heal up in like 5 seconds. The doctor came back in. That's where my foot's broken, right? And he's like, oh, look, it's you. You can find break. Yeah. What do we do now? So my doctor told me that I had an avulsion fracture of the 5th metatarsal. Pretty much a podiatrist myself at this point because in the past week I've had a lot of time just relaxing, laying in bed, trying to heal. And I've done a lot of research on bones and healing and foot bones and everything. The 5th metatarsal is the long bone connected to your pinky toe, and an avulsion fracture is when the fracture happens really close to the heel. It's when your foot basically moves too fast for your ligaments and your tendons and stuff to like catch up. By the time your foot rolls under, it just kind of pulls away from the ligament or the tendon. I said I'm a podiatrist and now I'm forgetting. Basically, my bone moved too fast and it just snapped off and left a piece of itself with the rest of my body. And bye! I don't need you anymore. I need to go this way. This fracture is often called tennis fracture or dancer's fracture because it happens often to tennis players and dancers when their foot just rolls under. Thankfully, I did not suffer a Jones fracture, which is when it happens basically a few millimeters further and it happens from stress. If I was running too hard on it and just constant impact. If I had really brittle, weak bones, that kind of a fracture would happen. This one can happen to the healthiest of bones. It can happen to anyone at any time. You just moved a little bit too fast and your body just did not respond properly, and your bone was like, see ya bone, I'll see you in like 6 to 8 weeks when I finally heal. I was prescribed some painkillers. They don't really help because it's a healing bone pain, and painkillers don't help with healing bones, and they also apparently can slow down the bone healing process. But I haven't really been taking painkillers, I'm just dealing with it. The foot isn't really what hurts, it's everything else. I've been put in a moon boot. For those of you that aren't sure what a moon boot is, it basically looks like those shoes, like the fashion shoes moon boots. It's one of these. It is quite stylish, quite fashionable. I can like pressurize it like this to like pump up and like pressure my foot to get the swelling to hurt less. And I obviously can't put pressure on my foot. I've been told to be non-weight bearing for a while, not sure how long. So I'm on crutches. I don't know if any of you have ever broken a foot or a leg and had to be on crutches. These things are the worst thing ever. I've never had to deal with something so painful in my life. I spent my first 3 days after fracture just laying in bed, relaxing, and only like hopping around my house. And then I went and tried to buy a Christmas tree and I almost fell and I almost re-broke my foot. And then Monday came and I wanted to go to work. I wasn't gonna let the fracture stop me and I wanted to go to work. I have to walk about 5 Manhattan blocks to get to work, and normally that takes me like 3 to 5 minutes, it's fine. With crutches, it took me 20 minutes. And it was the most painful 20 minutes ever, and you break a sweat because it's exhausting. You're using your whole upper body to move what your legs normally do. I work out, so I can't imagine what it's like for people who are pretty sedentary to suddenly have to be moving your entire body with mostly, it feels like it's mostly like my side laterals over here, my triceps and shoulders and neck, and it's also my lower back and my abs and like my left butt cheek because it's the only butt cheek that can move right now, and my shins are shot, and the worst pain is my hands and wrists. I haven't been able to text properly. This part of my hand is destroyed. It is so sore, and my wrists, when you hit the crutches, it sends this crazy shock up your whole arm, being overused and so much impact, and it's not used to holding so much weight. I have people opening doors for me, offering to carry my food places for me, and trying to carry my bags and trying to do this and that. As much as I have to appreciate the fact that they are offering to help me because I am limited in the things I can do, I hate that I can't do them myself, and it's driving me as a very independent person absolutely nuts. I hate that I can't do all the things that I'm used to doing because of just one little tiny broken bone. My whole body is now just useless. I came across this contraption. It's called the iWalk 2.0. Looks like a torture device, and it doesn't even fit into the frame. I'll insert a clip of me using it, but basically I just put my foot in the boot here and I strap my leg and the bottom part of my leg in and I tighten it. It's quite funny looking, especially if you've never seen it before, which I hadn't, but it gives me some of my independence back. I don't have to use the crutches when I have it because it's basically a peg leg. It's just a substitute for my leg. I'm still super slow in it, but I have my hands, so I can cook, I can bring a glass of water to my room, I can walk without using my hands, and oh my god, anything to get my hands off of the crutches and the impact pain. It's basically like walking with a really funny gait, just kind of slowly, and it's so much better than crutches. I don't use it to get everywhere because you do have to strap yourself in, and it's a little bit of a slow process. They say it's easy to strap on and off. These little T-clasps on it are kind of annoying, but I'd rather they be harder to take off so I don't like fly out of my boot and just fall over and break the rest of my leg. Even though I found something that helps me walk around a little bit easier, the one thing that is killing me on the inside is I can't work out. I've been running a lot lately, and I used to hate running, but I've been getting faster and faster, and I was like breaking my record speed pretty much at least once a week, and I was so proud. I was running so fast and planning to run my fastest run the night that I broke my foot. I was like, alright, after this photo shoot, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna eat some lunch, and then I'm gonna go run, and I'm gonna destroy my workout, and then maybe I'll do leg day. For the next 6 to 8 weeks, I'm probably not gonna be stepping foot into the gym. Hopefully my foot heals a little bit faster because I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm athletic, I'm trying to not put weight on my foot, I'm wearing the boot, I caught the fracture early, I didn't go walking around on it for 2 weeks. Basically an hour after it was broken, it was in the moon boot. So I spend a few hours a day with my foot out of the boot, and I try to like wiggle some of my toes, not like the pinky toe. I try to wiggle them a little bit so that my foot doesn't like completely atrophy. And I can't really do anything about my calf right now because moving my calf kind of irritates the fracture site. I'd rather spend 6 to 8 weeks completely sedentary rather than go 3 weeks and then be like, I'm fine, and then jump onto a treadmill and break my foot again, because then I'll be in the boot for even longer and I might need surgery, all these really scary things. I'm letting my foot do its healing thing, and I really lightly just try to like keep some muscle movement going on. Yesterday, for the first time, I did a non-weight bearing at-home workout, all body weight. I mostly focused on like my chest and my abs and like my butt, and trying to move my right leg without agitating the fracture. And something I've been doing that will hopefully help speed up the healing process is I'm making sure that I take all my vitamins. The first vitamin that I take every day is a gummy vitamin, because I'm an adult making adult decisions to take children type vitamins, but they're for adults. It's a daily multivitamin for women, and they're gummies, and as you can see, I am running quite low on them. I took these before I broke my foot. They're my daily vitamin and they're really yummy. Another vitamin that I am taking is magnesium supplements, and I took magnesium before I broke my foot, but it apparently helps with calcium to do its calcium thing. I'm making sure I don't forget these. I would just forget to take these because they're in the same packaging as my vitamin B vitamins, and those smell bad. First vitamin that I purchased after breaking my foot is the Natural MK7 Vitamin K2 by Sports Research. It's for bone and cardiovascular health. I believe this also helps with calcium, doing its calcium thing. When I bought it, I had done research and it was going to help, and it says for bone health. And of course, the last vitamin is a calcium supplement, and it also has vitamin D3 in it to help calcium be used, because without vitamin D, calcium doesn't do its thing. Again, these are adult gummies because I'm a child, and these are delicious. They taste like creamsicles. I know that calcium supplements are like not the best for you, but while my foot is healing, I think it's fine to be taking a little bit extra calcium to just help aid and supplement and try to get it to heal faster, basically. Alright, so I think this video ended up being a lot longer than I originally anticipated it being, but I just wanted to fill you guys in on the fact that I broke my foot, how I broke my foot, how long I'm going to be on crutches, which I think I said is 6 to 8 weeks. I don't really know if I can say I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because it's like, I broke my foot. I hope you don't enjoy the fact that I broke my foot. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're not already subscribed, you totally should, so you're here for my next video. Don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up. You have no idea how hard it was to get all my lights and my camera and my clothes and my hair and my makeup, everything set up with a broken foot. Unless you've had a broken foot and you film YouTube videos, then you know exactly how it feels. It took me a good 3 hours to just sit down and film. I think that deserves a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!